I'm sure if you watch the outtakes for Monday's show, Roy's taking shots at me again. You'll catch him there, but right now we got to be serious. Got a big fight on Saturday night. Stipe Miocic, Golden Gloves boxer, a guy that can wrestle as well. You're taking this fight on short notice for the fans in Canada that you say don't know who you are. I disagree.
No, I was using the casual fan. That's why we have these big signs, so the casual fan can know who we are.
Talk to me about Stipe in terms of what do you expect from this guy? Because he's going to have reach on you, but that's been irrelevant because you seem to beat reach whether a guy's taller than you with an uppercut and or an overhand right. How do you deal with this guy?
The one thing about Stipe is he has, I think he has like 8 or 9 months that he's been training. He has a full camp on this, so it's just I'm expecting the best Stipe out there.
The talk heading into this fight is it's starting to gain some momentum. Roy Nelson needs a title shot. And Dana said, no, Roy Nelson's not getting a title shot unless he beats a top 5 guy. So here you are knocking guys out, but then you have a guy like Chael Sonnen and others that have been able literally to talk their ways into title fights. Does it disturb you, or are you just going to simply continue to do your job, even though that relationship with Dana is sometimes sort of frazzled?
You know what? If I beat everybody in the UFC, then hey, if I have to start at the 135 pounders and work my way up to the heavyweight to please Dana, then hey, fans will watch it anyways because they watch Roy Nelson to fight. They don't watch UFC.
Have you seen the Countdown show?
Yeah. Did you see how old that stuff is?
But did you also know?
No mullet, no beard.
Well, I love the stuff with you and the baby, and as well as Jesse. But at the same time, did you notice at the very end the slight hint of a promotion as Roy Nelson as the world champion, with Joe Rogan simply saying it'd be unreal?
All I know is I'd be the most famous and the greatest heavyweight champion of the UFC. That's all I heard.
The way I look at it is, you and I have had this conversation. We started this in Japan, I think it was, at UFC 144. You being a world champion for the UFC would be absolutely amazing. I don't want to say huge because it's a play on words, but it'd be amazing because you're the everyman's man. You've said it. You don't look like a regular fighter. You look like the regular fan, pretty much. I think that'd be fantastic if you became the world champion. I know it's a long way away, but what would the world look like, or what would the MMA world or landscape look like if Roy Nelson was the heavyweight champion of the world?
You know what? I think the biggest thing is cross-promotion. Change of demographic. We'd get more women involved. It'd be like the NASCAR boom. It's just instead of just a bunch of dudes going, yeah, he knocked him out, blood. I think it'd be much more cooler and more look at it as more of a sport.
And last time we spoke was a Czech Congo fight, and I urged you to attempt a flying armbar. Didn't happen. Is it going to happen in this fight?
Not a flying armbar, maybe a flying triangle.
Flying triangle, MTS Center.
Hopefully, if Stipe gives me his arm.
You heard it here first. If that flying triangle actually happens, and Roy Big Country Nelson doesn't get a title shot, Dana White, what is the point of me doing this career?
You know what? I guess you just. But here's the one thing I learned is about fighting is when you watch Roy Nelson and you're a casual fan of just like the UFC, you become a true MMA fan, and that's all I can hope for, is because I'm actually just turning casual fans into real MMA fans.
Doing the work, doing the business. Roy Big Country Nelson taking on Stipe Miocic, co-main event, UFC 161, MTS Center in Winnipeg.